Good morning, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, students and scholars, teachers and trainers, professors and professionals, those who are listening, watching, liking, sharing and subscribing. I thank all of you. The presence of most honorable present Prime Ministers and Dr. Narendra Modi ji, availability and presence of our respected ministers and doctors, affectionate sons and daughters. It is really praiseworthy, admirable and appreciable time that we are listening the truth of science and spirituality. Day by day, one by one, month by month, year by year, we are spending and earning in this materialistic age. Because we have provided the time, opportunity, a chance to spend the time in receiving and attaining the salvation and emancipation from the worldly foundations and clutches. Our soul, which is free, which wants to live in freedom. When this soul gets its 100% freedom, then it feels the presence of Lord with 100% presence sense of mind. So freedom is the greatest need to our soul. For the all-round development, it needs support, cooperation and help the Lord or God, whose presence was in past, future and in present, who is always the same, but it gets newness. The nature of Lord provided us newness in every moment of life. Lord, who is the greatest examiner, evaluator and observer of our soul, He never leaves us alone at any place. This is the spiritual standard of our Indian values that we are to maintain for the sustenance of our soul. What is required basically, that is the presence of words and thoughts of God, which are given us in the form of waves of sound and rays of light, and in every action of this human body, physically, in smiling, in sucking, in seeing, in listening, in reading, writing, speaking, even smiling. If we feel the presence of Lord, if we are in presence of 100% present sense of mind, then there is no frustration, there is no worry, no tension. Man's main motive, objective, and its ambition is to be winner, and it is the winning of good over evil. When we have the answer of the problem, when we are free from the foundations, when we are free spiritually, in the celestial world, in the eternal world, a world which provides us everlasting soothing effect of our mind and heart. As we see the sun in daytime and we see the moon at night time, these are the greatest changes in the nature that we observe and examine, and that is uncounted in itself, whose energy, whose light is uncounted, and who is one but in all in one, one in all. What a great law of nature, what a great rule of nature we observe in this external world. But in our spiritual science, our great men, our forefathers foretell us, scientist of the scientists, doctor of the doctors, advocate of the advocates, judge of the judges, those who came first on this land in the form of air, fire, soil, sky and water. Even great men proved it, appealed, addressed to the world that there is the existence of Lord in the light and sound. Even Swamiji and Saint proved it, that where there is no light, where there is no sound, there is also the presence and existence of Lord. How and who can ignore, refuse to accept that superb, unique, incomparable power of Lord? He who is omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient and almighty, words fall short in praise of Him. When we try to understand the ununderstandable, when we try to read the unreadable, and when we try to write the unwritten, then it is the great foolishness of the man. It's the man's duty, it's our duty to spend the time with that presence of Lord, with the presence of word and sound of Lord. Sound which is reverberatory, unrelenting, unceasing and unstopping, which is unmeasured, unscaled, that is working, running in our human cell of the human body. Science, medical science, our research scholars know this thing. Our body is the temple of God and heart is the seat of God. But if our human birth is a great opportunity on this earth, then how do we spend our day, month, year? It is determined by nature. We can take the lesson from the nature. Nature nurtures us like a mother. Nature treats us like a doctor. Nature guides us like a supervisor. So nature plays multidimensional, multi-sided and multifaceted roles. There is no question of poverty, disease, inhumanliness, because soul is immortal. Body is mortal and perishable. All worldly things are temporary, but the presence and experiences of the soul that soul gets in the presence of nature are permanent.